Gavin, obviously news that Bear plans to redshirt. I guess just curious about the other guys in that room behind you, behind Bear. Where of some of those younger guys really stood out to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great question for, Coach Riley and all the depth chart kind of stuff and all that kind of stuff. I'm not really too tapped in with all that right now, but as far as the younger guys, there's a lot of guys in that room I'm really excited about for sure.
Anyone in particular who's really stood out to you?
Man, the guys like, Dev Tompkins, Elijah Hughes, Jade, Abasuri, and a lot of young guys too that just got here this fall too. That are really excited about, Mana and Carlon as well.
Lincoln made the point yesterday that, it should be hard to play defensive line at USC, and, it should be competitive in that way. What have you just seen throughout, fall since you've been here about the competition on this defensive line and how that's, just taken you by, or just impressed you since you arrived here?
Yeah, I mean, it should be hard to play at a place like USC 100%, and since I've been here, it really has been. The standard really high, and I feel like playing under this coaching staff, like Coach Lynn and Coach Henny and Coach Nua, the standard is, where it's at, and I feel, really, challenged every day out of this practice field with guys, pushing each other and all that stuff, and definitely.
What was just the message from Coach Henny after the game, after the Michigan game? What was the message from Coach Henny after the Michigan game?
Yeah, I mean, we have a flight home, and then we watch the game tape, and we kind of move on to the next opponent. So I'm really focused on this week in Wisconsin coming up. But after any game, that was that close. There's definitely a message. Things you did good and things you did bad, and you got to fix them, right? So going into this week, I'm really focused on opponent coming up, and we're already a couple days out, so I'm really focused on that.
What are some of the positives that you saw from film up to this point that can carry on to Wisconsin and future opponents?
I think some of the really good things that we've done as a D-line is, across the board, have an edge to us that, I think that I wanted to bring to this D-line, and then across the board, guys like, Ant Lucas, Nate Clifton, just coming out and, hitting a guy in the face and, not backing down to anybody. And I think that's something that's going to carry on for the rest of the season for sure.
Was that edge intact kind of right when you got here? Is that something that's built over the time you've been in here?
Man, I think I've talked about it one of the last times we talked. There's a specific time, in summer workouts where it really became apparent to me, guys just wanted to push each other to that certain level, and I think that's where it really started to bloom since I got here. I couldn't, I wasn't blessed to be here throughout the whole winter stuff, but I've heard that it was getting built that whole time, since last season.
What changed, and you saw that in the summer workouts? Was there a
mentality? Yeah, mentality kind of thing, how you attack the day, how you attack everything, and I think that was the biggest thing.
Do you guys still have another level that you can go? I mean, you came out in that second half, I wouldn't say completely different, but you dominated that second half defensively. What was said in the locker room that kind of flipped that switch, so to speak?
That's a great question for Coach Riley. There's, message going into halftime and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, nothing specific that I could give you.
What do you see from Wisconsin's offense?
Going into this week, a Big Ten ball, having an offense that, has weapons all across the board, another great, line up front, and then running backs that are going to challenge you all across the board. And I think there's a lot of stuff that, going into the Big Ten, you kind of see across the board.
What kind of guest list do you have this week?
Sorry?
What kind of guest list do you have this week coming out?
You got the family coming out, all the family. It's going to be a big guest list. Really looking forward to seeing a lot of people come and support me for sure.
Are they picking USC over Wisconsin?
Man, I think they're fans of Gavin Meyer first, so.
See one more.
Is there, we were just talking to Jalen Smith, and he said that Deanne Tomlin was very poised at halftime, and that kind of helped get that defense back to, what they did in the second half. I'm curious for you, is there a certain coaching style that you kind of prefer, like someone that's more in your face, getting you motivated, or someone that's kind of, more poised in that situation?
It's a good question. I think a mixture of both obviously is going to, be the most effective, but someone like Coach Lynn being calm and collected in the moment, someone that you look to. You don't want someone that's, losing their head. So I think that's about as much as I got to say about that.